Patience is a key element of success. Power comes not from knowledge kept, but from knowledge shared. I spend a lot of time reading. Don't compare yourself with anyone in this world. If you do so, you are insulting yourself. If you are born poor, it's not your mistake. But if you die poor, it's your mistake. Life is not fair. Get used to it. To win big, you sometimes have to take big risks. Measuring programming progress by lines of code is like measuring aircraft building progress by weight. Most people overestimate what they can do in 1 year and underestimate what they can do in 10 years. I choose a lazy person to do a hard job, because a lazy person will find an easy way to do it. Your most unhappy customers are your greatest source of learning. If you can't make it good, at least make it look good. Only through focus can you do world-class things, no matter how capable you are. I never took a day off in my 20s. Not one. Success is a lousy teacher. It seduces smart people into thinking they can't lose. We all need people who will give us feedback. That's how we improve. Be nice to nerds. Chances are you'll end up working for one. It's fine to celebrate success, but it is more important to heed the lessons of failure. As we look ahead into the next century, leaders will be those who empower others. If your business is not on the internet, then your business will be out of business. I work hard because I love my work. People cannot become truly knowledgeable without being excellent readers. If you think your teacher is tough, wait till you get a boss. We are changing the world with technology. Software is a great combination between artistry and engineering. I am not in competition with anyone but myself. My goal is to improve myself continuously. Success today requires the agility and drive to constantly rethink, reinvigorate, react, and reinvent. A breakthrough in machine learning would be worth 10 Microsofts. To be a good professional engineer, always start to study late for exams because it teaches you how to manage time and tackle emergencies. I was lucky to be in the right place at the right time, but many others were also in the same place. The difference was that I took action. Leaders are those who empower others. Banking is necessary, banks are not. I am not topper in my university, but all toppers are working in my Microsoft company. Innovation is moving at a scarily fast pace. Investing in tomorrow's technology today is more critical than ever. Customers want high quality at low prices, and they want it now. Software is the magic thing whose importance only goes up over time. We always overestimate the change that will occur in the next 2 years and underestimate the change that will occur in the next 10. Don't let yourself be lulled into inaction. I believe innovation is the most powerful force for change in the world. Automation applied to an inefficient operation will magnify the inefficiency. If I only had $2 left, I would spend $1 on PR. The most meaningful way to differentiate your company from your competition is to do an outstanding job with information. Bringing together the right information with the right people will dramatically improve a company's ability to develop and act on strategic business opportunities. Legacy is a stupid thing. I don't want a legacy. Common Core is a big win for education. While we're all very dependent on technology, it doesn't always work. The internet is just a passing fad. and knowledge management is a means, not an end. I hope someday what people can do with their lives depends on their talents and how hard they are willing to work, rather than on where they happen to be born. The ability of a successful company to add functionality to its product has long been upheld. There is a difference between what technology enables and what historical business practices enable. There is nobody getting rich writing software that I know of. The future of Windows is to let the computer see, listen, and even learn. If you are using first-class land for biofuels, then you are competing with the growing of food. And so you are actually spiking food prices by moving energy production into agriculture. Even though I only have a high school degree, I'm a professional student. If your culture does not like geeks, you are in real trouble. The inventory, the value of my company, walks out the door every evening. I have seen firsthand that agricultural science has enormous potential to increase the yields of small farmers and lift them out of hunger and poverty. People everywhere love Windows. 2 out of every 5 people on Earth today owe their lives to the higher crop outputs that fertilizer has made possible. Innovation is a good thing. The human condition, put aside bioterrorism and a few footnotes, is improving because of innovation. Students deserve great teachers. And teachers deserve the support they need to become great. Drones overall will be more impactful than I think people recognize, in positive ways to help society. If you take from the most wealthy and give to the least wealthy, it's good. It starts to balance out. Vision without execution is daydreaming. Depending on where you live, cooking, sex, and pooping are either 3 of life's pleasures or what kills you. Headlines, in a way, are what mislead you, because bad news is a headline, and gradual improvement is not. We are not even close to finishing the basic dream of what the PC can be. We are at the point now where the challenge is not how to communicate effectively with email. It's ensuring that you spend your time on the email that matters most. Like a human being, a company has to have an internal communication mechanism, a nervous system to coordinate its actions. When I was in college, for the games of that era, I was as hardcore as anyone was. I would not say I outgrew it, but you always have to have a finite number of addictions. Philanthropy is fun and fulfilling. I don't generally read a lot of fiction. When you want to do your homework, fill out your tax return, or see all the choices for a trip you want to take, you need a full-size screen. I think any statement about stock prices is always suspect, unless it's made by Warren Buffett. A first-generation fortune is the most likely to be given away, but once a fortune is inherited, it's less likely that a very high percentage will go back to society. I definitely think leaving kids massive amounts of money is not a favor to them. The first 5 years have so much to do with how the next 80 turn out. I am not somebody who goes to church on a regular basis. The specific elements of Christianity are not something I am a huge believer in. Climate change is a terrible problem, and it absolutely needs to be solved. It deserves to be a huge priority. If you are low income in the United States, you have a higher chance of going to jail than getting a 4-year degree. There is a certain responsibility that accrued to me when I got to this unexpected position. I have a particular relationship with Vinod Khosla because he's got a lot of very interesting science-based energy startups. The power of capitalism to mediate the gap between rich and poor is pretty incredible. Indeed, I think, year by year, the gap gets less. The computer was born to solve problems that did not exist before. If I will start all over again, I would choose network marketing. I have been struck again and again by how important measurement is to improving the human condition. There are more people dying of malaria than any specific cancer. Stolen's a strong word. It's copyrighted content that the owner was not paid for. Just in terms of allocation of time resources, religion is not very efficient. There's a lot more I could be doing on a Sunday morning. According to Ethiopian custom, parents wait to name a baby because children often die in the first weeks of life. As for drugs, well, Gates was certainly not unusual there. Marijuana was the pharmaceutical of choice. Nobody spends any money on smallpox unless they worry about a bioterrorist recreating it. I get more spam than anyone I know. No one person controls Microsoft. The board and the shareholders decide whether they want to have me as CEO. Technology is just a tool. In terms of getting the kids working together and motivating them, the teacher is the most important. 2 years from now, spam will be solved. Microsoft was founded with the vision of a computer on every desk and in every home. We've never wavered from that vision. Our success has really been based on partnerships from the very beginning. Creativity allows people to be effective. How you gather, manage, and use information will determine whether you win or lose. Convert bad news to good news. The only definition by which America's best days are behind it is on a purely relative basis. Never before in history has innovation offered promise of so much to so many in so short a time. I am results-oriented. The world needs banking, but it does not need banks. Information technology and business are becoming inextricably interwoven. I don't think anybody can talk meaningfully about one without the talking about the other. The internet is becoming the town square for the global village of tomorrow. Treatment without prevention is simply unsustainable. The human body is the most complex system ever created. The more we learn about it, the more appreciation we have about what a rich system it is. Customer service will become the primary value-added function of every business. Don't tax my income, tax my consumption. The advance of technology is based on making it fit in so that you don't really even notice it, so it's part of everyday life. No one will need more than 637 KB of memory for a personal computer. Long-term vision and product strategy. Well, private money can take risks in a way that government money often isn't willing to. You can make money and you can make excuses, but you can never make money out of excuses. Every day we're saying, how can we keep this customer happy? How can we get ahead in innovation by doing this? Because if we don't, somebody else will. My success, part of it certainly, is that I have focused in on a few things. If you want to build a great company, get the hell out of Silicon Valley. You have a meeting to make a decision, not to decide on the question. Humanity's greatest advances are not in its discoveries, but in how those discoveries are applied to reduce inequity. I don't have a magic formula for prioritizing the world's problems. Computers and games don't waste time, people do. Discrimination has a lot of layers that make it tough for minorities to get a leg up. Bitcoin is a technological tour de force. A bad strategy will fail no matter how good your information is, and lame execution will stymie a good strategy. If you do enough things poorly, you will go out of business. Bridge is the king of all card games. I believe that every life is valuable, that we can make things better. That innovation is the key to a bright future, that we are just getting started. If you give people tools and they use their natural abilities and their curiosity, they will develop things in ways that will surprise you very much beyond what you might have expected. Learning to write programs stretches your mind and helps you think better, creates a way of thinking about things that I think is helpful in all domains. Embrace bad news to learn where you need the most improvement. DNA is like a computer program, but far, far more advanced than any software ever created. An important re-engineering principle is that companies should focus on their core competence and outsource everything else. Setting clear goals and finding measures that will mark progress toward them can improve the human condition. Software is more important than hardware. Life is a lot more fun if you treat its challenges in creative ways. Corruption is one of the most common reasons I hear in views that criticize aid. Intellectual property has the shelf life of a banana. Learning from mistakes and constantly improving products is a key in all successful companies. I believe that if you show people the problems and you show them the solutions, they will be moved to act. I never took a day off in my 20s. Not one. And I am still fanatical, but now I am a little less fanatical. I believe in innovation, and that the way you get innovation is you fund research and you learn the basic facts. It's really kind of cool to have solar panels on your roof. Don't let yourself be lulled into inaction. The future of advertising is the internet. Teams should be able to act with the same unity of purpose and focus as a well-motivated individual. Your school may have done away with winners and losers, but life has not. Take our 20 best people away, and I will tell you that Microsoft will become an unimportant company. Be nice to nerds. They'll probably be your boss one day. The key for us, number one, has always been hiring very smart people. It's been proven that of all the interventions to reduce poverty, improving agricultural productivity is the best.